Hello and welcome back to Edison format. Today I'm going to show you the deck profile of my Vayu turbo list. Here we are, we'll start with the main. So to start off with monsters, we've got 3 Sirocco, can't play any less, 3 Vayu, you want to play less but you can't. We have 2 Greffer and 2 Armageddonite. I like this because I like to be able to draw one of each, so you can use both effects in one, each of them in one turn. It's my favourite opening, and it sets you up scary fast. Next, we've got 3 Raikou, because we like to mill cards, and we've got 2 hamsters to find the Raikous. Also, with hamster, 18 is quite big, so if they can't get rid of the 18, or if they flip it and it doesn't destroy, and next turn you can obviously tribute summon the Caius, and tributing Caius is just a crazy card. So we play 2 Caius because it's very good card. Arguably one of the best cards in the format. Double D Crow, because in my specific locals we've got lots of fairies, Dandy Warrior, and we've got a few hero beat as well. So being able to like hit out the waters or the aliases is really big. Or the dandelions when they try to avarice or debris dragon you. Card Trooper, because we like milling cards. And Spirit Reaper, sometimes you need to just sit on something. We've got Gale as well in here. This doesn't often come up, but sometimes it's really helpful to when you have a Sirocco. You can half something, make a Stardust, you can be over, or a Thought Ruler. Like, there's quite a lot of stuff. Because Thought Ruler checks in grave, you gain the original attack, which is a really neat interaction. We've got 1 Plague, because Plague's a very good card. If you open, this is the standard opening, and you Greffer effect, pitch this, then Greffer effect, pitch this, and you're so set then that your opponent's so far behind. It's a very good opening turn. And then 1 Dark Arm Dragon because Dark Arm is a good card. Moving on to spells, not a lot of them to be fair. I've got 1 Allure, drawing cards is fun. 1 Brain Control, because sometimes there is little cards that we can't get over, so like a Spirit Reaper, or in my locals a Marshmallow. We've got Return from a Different Dimension. Like I said earlier, this is really helpful against, it's really good in my deck, in Vayu Turbo, because you're able to put back your Vayus and your Siroccos, but it's also really good against Dandy Warrior, because they'll banish their Draw Warrior, and then you can just pop it back. It's very good. Also, in a mirror match, when someone goes Return, you can put their targets back into their graveyard, and they can't return them. It's quite good. Yeah, I really like it. It's very versatile. We've got 1 Rotor to search out the Armageddonite or Greffer, 1 Heavy, and 1 MST, or back row removal. Moving on to traps, we play 3 D Prison and 2 Bottomless. Now, I like them in this deck. I really like them in this deck because we have so many ways to disrupt our opponent through them. So because we've got so many Raikous, and because we've got so many ways to get things, and we can be really aggressive really fast, what's nice is that sometimes you can just set one of these and pass, and it's enough to get you through the turn, because next turn you can just go wild. We play 1 Judgment. It's Judgment, is that 1? 1 Mirror Force, again, 1 TT. So I see these as like your board wipe cards. These are just absolutely mad. They're very good plays, very good cards. 1 Return, as I play Return in every deck because I think it's just so good, especially when people are running around playing 3D Prison, 2 Bottomless, and people are playing DD Warrior Lady. Return just becomes so much better. It's always live, you can do it in the battle phase, it enables OTKs, it comes up a lot. And then 1 Dust Shoot for going first. We've then got extra deck, so the Crystal Beast token, obviously. So I play 3 Armored Wing. Most people play 2, but I find that the third one just comes up for me far too much. I often will go through 2 and then we'll get to the point where I need to grind down, and because I've already used 2 of them, they're like, oh, he doesn't matter, have the third, and it always comes up where I'm able to summon the third and they don't expect it, so the tempo is swung back into my favour. Next I played 2 Armor Master. If you can summon it properly, this card's nuts. If you can't summon it properly, this card's nuts. It's just a good card. Silverwing, I've made this maybe once, but it's there because it's 2/8 and it can come up. It can DK with that if it needs to. We've got Stardust, Black Rose, and Ancient Fairy. Again, these are the best 3 dragons in my opinion. Just a good card. This comes up quite often, especially against like recruiter decks. This is just really, really helpful. And then sometimes you have to wall up against fairies. 1 Colossal Fighter, because you play quite a lot of warriors. I think we play, how many is it? I think it's 5, maybe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was wrong. You play 4. Sorry, main deck 4, so it can go up to 32, which is enough to like out dragons, which is impactful because there's a dragon player at my locals. I play 1 Thought Ruler. This card's just so good. This card's really good, and it plays around D Prison, Bottomless, all that kind of. I think nope, Bottomless doesn't target. Doesn't play around Bottomless, does it? No, but it plays around D Prison. It plays around Book. It plays around Raigeki Break, Wing Blast, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, very much like this. We've got 1 Goyo because it's at 1. We've got 1 Brio because it's at 1. 1 Catasta because fairies are really difficult to get over. So if you make this, they have a really hard time getting through it. And then 1 Chimera Tech because we side Cyber Dragons. Okay, moving on to side deck. We have the 2 aforementioned Cyber Dragons. They don't come in that much in this. They don't come in often in this deck because you've got enough kind of like speed and power to throw your opponent off pretty quickly. But they are useful. And every now and again they come in. We've got the 1 DD Warrior Lady. I keep going back and forth whether I should play more of this in the side or not. But currently I'm at 1. I like it in this deck, but I'd rather be able to mill cards quicker in this deck. So I don't often take, like, for example, a Raikou or a Hamster out for it. 3 Deck Devi, because if you're going first and you can make a synchro and this, you're probably winning the game. I have 3 Legacy of Yatta as well, because in games 2 and 3, I will side out, well, if I'm going second, I will side out this, and I'll side out the D Prisons, because everyone knows what you're playing, so they are able to play around with Caiuses, and then when they summon Caius, they target your back row, you can chain it, and you get free advantage off it. I play double Royal Oppression on the side. I did main it for a while, but there's not a lot of reason to main it at the moment because I find that the main deck has enough outs to everything that would be an issue. I then play 2 Intercept, which is kind of like, it kind of goes hand in hand with the Legacy. So in games 2 and 3, I will normally side in these 5, and I'll side out 5 traps. Just because this, even if they summon the Caius and it targets this, you can still take it, and it's just yours. And that's such a swing of tempo. It's, yeah, very good card. I would recommend at least trying it if you haven't already. 1 Compulse, because sometimes things are difficult. So like if they stick a Christia or a Stardust, you know, you can have some issues. So being able to just get rid of it. And then the last card is Mind Crush, especially against fairies. You just wait till they summon the Christia, they add back the Honest, you just get rid of it immediately again. It's such a good card. Well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed.